Hello, J.A. Hello, Jenny. What? What it takes to create a market economy, a market that is open of entrepreneurs who go from one country to another country, who create their products, who sell it here and there. What it takes to do that. Do you know? No, you don't? Well, then you are in the right place. You are in the right place because this is one of our Gen E podcast. Yeah, know that you are following on Spotify, following on YouTube. So also this time you are going to follow, share, and do a third things, which was reshare it again. Because today we are talking with EUROPEN at SEaNSOR. And from EUROPEN, I have the Secretary General, Francesca Stevens. Hello, Francesca.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, nice to have you here. And SEaNSOR, so no sensor, SEaNSOR. Tell us about, we have Evelina and Zeta. How are you doing?
Hello, we are
Hello.
fine.
We are really happy.
Yes, it's really a pleasure being here in this meeting.
It is our pleasure. And why it is our pleasure? Because you are a winning team and would like to hear about your business idea and your JA journey. Why don't we start with that?
Okay, so we identified two really big problems that, of course, are illegal fishing and water pollution, marine pollution. So we wanted to create a business idea that it will give a solution to these problems. So we created SEaNSOR. It's a buoy and it's an IoT solution that uses advanced technology. For example, a set of microphone to identify the different sounds that boats can make underwater. So we want to catch them, match them, and so to know the boat type, the exact boat type. We have also distance sensors to know if someone or something approaches our device. And then the device will switch on alarm mode. We also have an app, and we use GPS to be connected with the app. And I think yes, we have also future development and different applications like board patrol or even drug smuggling with SEaNSOR. So we are really optimistic about our business idea.
Did you see that, Francesca? I don't know. When I
Yes.
was their age, I had probably 0.00005% of their knowledge and their enthusiasm in bringing out such an amazing idea. But why it is so crucial, Francesca, for startups who have a strong understanding? So they're talking about going to the sea, going to the sensors and SEaNSOR, but having the understanding of the different market in Europe and what this is the ability to adapt their business according to different business model in different countries. You're a leading expert when it comes to that at EUROPEN.
Yes, absolutely. And first of all, it's really, as you said, truly impressive and amazing to see that young students, have this, first of all, passion and also great ideas to address a very important problem like the one of illegal fishing and water pollution. So really big congrats to the team of SEaNSOR. Well, it is really important to understand the markets, right, for any business. And I would say even more so for startups that typically start operating in one national market. But as soon as they want to expand and therefore access different markets, access different consumers, they also need to understand those markets. And it's not just a matter of knowing the consumers, what the consumers like or need, or in this case, the consumers or customers rather, potentially are also not just private citizens, but port authorities and others, local authorities and national authorities. So you need to understand clearly your customers, but also the regulations of those markets. And otherwise, you cannot operate, right, legally in those markets. So understanding regulations is already difficult for any business and companies. And I can imagine that for startups, it's probably one of the most challenging aspects. And that's the beauty of Europe, right? And the European single market is that we do have largely the same set of rules. So the potential that is offered by Europe and the European Union to companies and startups in particular, which have little means, economic means, human resource means, is to exploit this huge potential offered by the fact that you can export your products without having to pay duties. You can ship them, right, without any trade barriers. Also, non-trade barriers like regulatory barriers are sometimes the biggest obstacle, even more so than duties. So having that facility of access in order to enter new markets, I think is really so important and crucial really for European startups.
We're talking about rules and regulations, and I'm sure they did something very excellent already. They have read the rules and regulations who apply to the European Market Expansion Award, and I'd like to know what strategy did they put in place to win that award. Why don't you tell us about this?
Yes, of course. I think that the first strategy that we applied it was from the initial steps. We wanted to find an idea that we will all the team be really passionate about and really devoted to it. And at the same time, we wanted to solve or enhance at least a really big problem. And now we try to solve two, in fact. I think that another step that was really important to our journey was the market research. In the beginning, we didn't have the adequate knowledge that we have today for sure. And we also wanted to know the size of the problem. We wanted also to find the opportunities that exist both on Europe and worldwide as well for sure. And that's why we started studying, we started to the research, we started seeing documentaries, reading articles, and also we try to approach the appropriate people. For example, we interviewed some people from the port authorities who were really helpful and really told us, and we identified their needs and their real problems and how we can find the solutions to them. And I think that because, of course, Market Expansion Award was our main focus, it was really important for us to focus on two important factors: innovation and sustainability. Innovation, for example, thanks to our Department of Management, Science and Technology, we had an advantage because we had learned to think in innovative ways and finding innovative solutions. And also we had to really focus on technology as well. And as far as sustainability is concerned, for example, we try to find materials that are really environmental friendly and can help us be as sustainable as we can. Last but not least, I think that marketing strategy was something that we also implemented. We tried to have as many social media profiles as we could, and we tried to engage our people and, in fact, people worldwide, and to engage them with our idea. I think this also helped us a lot, and also to welcome them in our virtual expo.
At JA, we say one thing, that we do not enter into the future. We do not enter into the future. We create the future. And seeing young people like you, young entrepreneurs like you, are creating a future in an innovative and sustainable way, that's simply amazing. That really nurture our energy and positive. We're so positive about 2030, when already SEaNSOR will be in at least 27 markets in the EU. Then let's see if we expand a little bit more over than that. But what EUROPEN play? What is your role in supporting young entrepreneurs and fostering their bright future? Let's say to 2030, Francesca.
Yes, Salvatore, I think that's crucial. You said it right. We don't project the future, we create the future. And I think that's really important because they do, right? These young and new generations, they are the creator of our future as well. And so their role is so important. And it's so important for any organization which is already established to support these efforts. So it's in that spirit that as EUROPEN, we have embarked in this partnership with the JA Europe. It's already the second year that we are partnering with you. And we first of all, is enriching also for us. This experience is so enthusiastic to be part of this and to see the idea. So last year we partnered with the secondary school students, so much younger age, well, much younger, a few years younger than Evelina and Zeta, and it was like still impressive to see the ideas that this very young entrepreneur would come up with. Again, was the topic around sustainability, in the case specifically around packaging, sustainability and food. And this year, having partnered with, let's say, a bit more experienced students with more skills as well, has really blown us away because they're still extremely young. But at the same time, as we heard, the idea behind the project, the effort as well in building and exploring and perfection the business idea, I think it's so, it's been really truly impressive. And so as EUROPEN, having the opportunity as a trade association of also exposing, let's say, the youngster and students to these, big companies, and providing mentorship opportunity as well, and follow up even after winning an award, is really also to allow them to establish a bit of a network as well for their future business projects.
I love when you said exposing those young entrepreneurs to opportunity, to investors, to other idea, to other people in other countries. Now, are you one of the 40,000 unique users who visited the Gen E Expo in the past 20 days? Are you? Over
Yes, we are all.
40,000 people went into our virtual space. They opened up over 350,000 pages, which means the stands of the young people has been an impressive opening of Geni 2023 this year. Over 40,000 Europeans went inside the expo, and all those mini companies and startups were trying to attract their attention. So since I want to go back to you, because here you need to tell the tips to the others. What did you learn during the expo time, and what have been successes, failures? What did you do to attract attention to your stand over there?
Of course, it was an amazing experience. We tried so much for our stand. A tip is that we did is to have a really strong logo and a really good virtual stand. We tried to create the colors, the presentation, everything like to be attractive, and we also decided to have a dress code in the presentation and in the virtual stand. So we chose to have blue clothes, and we also created hats with our logo, SEaNSOR brand, to attract and retain the attention, and because we wanted to promote our team spirit and the bond that we have as a team. So I think it's a useful tip for everyone in order to attract attention. And we had also done the marketing strategy in social media, because we wanted votes, and not only from our friends, but for everyone. So yes, marketing strategy, social media posts, informed posts. And I don't know, the successful part maybe was that we managed to communicate our ideas to so important people, because we were so stressed at the beginning. And I remember that we had rehearsals the previous night and talks and conversation, and we were really stressed. But then we managed to communicate it and made it.
Francesca, you see that? But did you see this? How targeted this approach was? Did you see those two faces? They're already calling us from Time Magazine. They need to change, because the Time Magazine front page in few years need to feature two. They need to feature both of them on the front page as more successful entrepreneur of the year. I'm sure about it. I mean, this is simply great. But you, Francesca, you've seen many of those young people already in our expo. What is your advice, Francesca, to the Jenny 2023 youth that are aspiring to expand their products in different markets?
Well, for sure, you heard it already from them. Branding, it's everything, right? So it's a big part of a business. So, and they clearly did that extremely well. I can tell you that they didn't go unnoticed, all their effort that they put. So that really was something that struck the jury, that, for the competition came across very strongly. But in general terms, I think for any a new business, particularly again, youngster and startup, is building the network. Right, it's key for any activities, and certainly for businesses, is to build and then nurture that network. Of course, for young companies with little economic means as well, this can be challenging to a certain extent, but I think there are ways around that. So, for example, if you need to understand, and I go back to the policy and regulatory framework, what you can do, there are so many European trade associations here in Brussels. We all have websites, we all have newsletters, we all have social media. If you're interested in, AI or in any other topic, in semiconductor, in textile, in packaging, you can just, Google, find it out, and then follow these associations so you can have an idea of what's going on from a regulatory point of view, because changes occur quite rapidly. So maybe if you are working on a new business idea, these changes that are happening on a regulatory point of view will impact the business idea. So you need to be up to speed with what's happening. Another idea perhaps is to, again, considering limited financial means at the beginning, there are loads of free webinars, free seminars online offered as well. And that's a good way also to create a network. I'm personally participating in many of these panels. I was just yesterday on a LinkedIn panel online, and the amount of requests then for connection I received afterwards, which I was very happy to accept. I think also using every opportunity that you have online in presence when it's feasible and affordable. But I think the network, building the network, also because it allows you to expand perhaps in area that you hadn't considered before your business, right? Or to create partnership. I think something that was really impressive as well with SEaNSOR is that they were already thinking about partnership, international partnership in Europe. So they had already contacted other companies in Germany. So I would only recommend that, that network building and nurturing as a big part of a successful business.
So now let me go to SEaNSOR. What are your tips to the other young people? What are your tips for those who want to continue the entrepreneurial journey like you're doing it? To the Generation E. You all know what Generation E is, yeah? Doesn't matter which generation you are. You can be a baby boomer, a millennial, a Generation Z, Y, X. You are Gen E by simply the fact that you are E as European, E that you believe in the power of education, in the power of employment, and in the power of entrepreneurship. But what is your Gen E advice to the other Generation E?
Okay, the first tip is try to find a problem that would have a great impact to many people and in general to this world. And don't limit it to your country, a specific country. Don't see limits. Try to have an impact, and of course take advantage of the opportunities that Europe can give you. I don't know if you...
Yes, I would like to add something as well. I think we want to advise young people that they have to think about the opportunities that worldwide and especially European single market, for example, provides. It's something really, really important that people maybe not think about as much as we feel that we should. For example, it's the free movement of products, it's the speed, the accelerated speed of the whole operation. It's also the low cost. You can also work with people with diverse skills from different countries. And of course, you can benefit from the VC funding, something, for example, that now we can understand how important it is really. So we want to advise people that keep dreaming, don't give up, never give up. If you believe in your idea and
Search
really
for opportunities everywhere.
Exactly.
Everywhere.
Exactly.
Francesca, they will become successful entrepreneurs, definitely. If not, I think they already got a job as spokesperson for EUROPEN, because you can tell,
Sure.
I mean, amazing how many benefits they see in expanding to other markets, to understanding the benefits of it. Isn't it, Francesca?
It's amazing, and I also would like to take the opportunity as well to perhaps mention also the rest of the team that is not here today. So there is Evelina, Zeta, also Effie, Maria. So it's just all five of them. I mean, they communicate that enthusiasm and that passion, and credit to them really for being like this, and also for having brought that passion to Brussels when they came over for receiving the award.
Credit to them and credit to EUROPEN, because it's a great partner of JA. We went a little bit over time on this podcast. Sorry to our audience, but as you could have listened, this has been such an engaging, motivating, and inspiring conversations among generations about how to expand to new market. Definitely. So what you need to do now? You remember? I told you. You're following. Okay. Follow. Number 1. 2, share. And 3, reshare. Over there, we are on Spotify. We are on YouTube with our Gen E podcast of JA. Thank you, EUROPEN. Thank you, SEaNSOR. See you in Istanbul and beyond.